Oh, I just realized that we're on. Good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Sister Yaffa. Today is Thursday, March the 3rd of 2011, and this is show number 6. And as I advised everyone before, last week or the last show, that I will not be doing this show every Thursday. That 8 was the magic number, and that I would be doing 8 more shows, and today would be show number 6 of those 8. However, after I got off of the phone, I did examine a calendar to determine when the next show would be, since I will be doing the last Thursday of every month. And it turns out the last Thursday of this month will be the show that follows the magic number 8. So there will be show number 9. So I will be doing tonight's show and actually 3 additional shows in a row, as opposed to 2 more shows in a row. And then once that has come and gone, then it'll be the last Thursday of every month. I have been asked, what about every other Thursday? I have yet to make a determination about that. I couldn't tell you at this time. We'll just kind of sort of have to see what's going on and what we're going to do with that. However, I know the last week I was not, there, but I could hear everything that was going on the show, and I heard all of the brothers' questions, and I'm like, hello, I can hear you. I'm trying to answer, and the sister's like, Yaffa, you're not there. Nobody could hear me, and nobody could see me on the switchboard, but I'm out there talking the whole while and not getting a response. Now, the brothers' question was a valid question, and I do want to address it. However, I perceive that if I attempt to address it now, that I'm going to wind up way on some other tangent with a bunch of phone calls that are totally non-related to what I want to cover today. Therefore, I would like his question to be probably the first question at the end of the show. But one of the things that is frustrating for me, which is also one of the reasons why I'm not going to do this every week, is I've determined that people are really not listening when I talk. Some people are listening and want to hear what I have to say, but for the most part, a lot of our people are not only not listening, but don't want to hear. And I can tell people are not listening by the comments that I get back from people that observe the chat room, and it's like, Yaffa, they're not even listening to anything you're saying. They're having all kinds of personal dialogues and paying no attention whatsoever, so off topic. And then when I get telephone calls with people asking questions or posing an inquiry that is completely not whatsoever related to what I'm talking about, people want their personal answers and whatever, and that's fine, but that's what email addresses are for. That's what telephone numbers are for. When people call in and ask me a question that has nothing at all, not even remotely tangibly close to what I'm discussing or addressing, that is evidence to me that the information that I'm giving is just really not something that a lot of people would like to hear. Now, having said all that, I have put my finger on what the problem really is. And one of the things that we have to do or need to do and want to do in order to resurrect or resuscitate the American dynasty or the American empire for restitution is we have to get a finger on what's wrong and what went wrong. As I've said before, the people that ran here to get away from the nonsense that was going on in their own countries, those individuals failed to tell us what was going on with their countries. And I don't know if they thought that we were the same, even though I don't know how they could possibly think that, because, people have to comprehend that in the Americas, the copper-colored races of people were here first. That's one. A wave of melanin-rich people from what is currently identified as Africa came over, and I think there was another wave that came over, and then I think the Vikings came after that, and then the Chinese came after that. Now, the Vikings weren't trying to take over. The Chinese weren't trying to take over. There was a wave, one of those first 2 waves of what you call melanin-rich people from Africa that were trying to take over. And one of those factions did practice this Moloch ritual sacrificial stuff. And again, I don't know if that wave was the wave that had inbred too far, or if that was the wave that had become hybridized with with another species, or what the case may be. But there were a lot of things going on overseas in the area that people call Africa, Asia, and Europe that had nothing whatsoever to do with the people of America. We had nothing at all to do with it, nothing. But we've been brought into it, and I've put a very definite finger on what the problem is and who the problem is. But as I said before, I have determined that there was there has evolved some strange blend between Mohammedanism, Christianity, and Judaism that I've kind of figured out what it is. And there's also has evolved this new strange blend between the United States, Britain, and what people call Israel. But more than that, I found a very strange blend of people that most people have missed. And I can honestly tell you that the joke is on us all. The wool has been pulled over everybody's eyes because our people are not into certain things, or were not into certain behaviors and practices. When people from other places started showing up, we got kind of caught in the crossfire of what was going on that had nothing to do with us. And I'm trying to determine which order I want to give this to you guys in so that you can keep up. I guess I should probably start with our people. We have in our midst, in our communities, these individuals who have taken on an agenda that they perceive as their own for cash and finance, or what people currently identify as money, or Federal Reserve notes, or for some type of status, position of power in the community, or what have you. Those individuals became, back in the day, the drug dealers and the pushermen. And now in this day, there's still that, but now we have the whole gang war, gang lord thing going on between the Bloods, the Crips, and then you got the SAs and their little factions, or whatever's going on. But the joke is on all of us. We've all been played. And then before that, you had the so-called mafias, and then before that, you had the Klansmen, and all of it is about being manipulated. And honestly, I have determined what a lot of people are not ready to hear. And I have determined that we have all been played, and we have all been incited to turn on one another over trifles, and for lack of knowledge, the whole planet is at war and being bled out. So what I'm going to do, after saying that, I think I'm going to begin in the beginning. And it's not going to be the beginning, but it's going to be the beginning that needs to be addressed. I don't know how many people are aware of the fact that in Germany, there is a place called Neanderthal. And what they've done is they've dropped the thal and call it Neander, Germany. Now, my sister, Lady, my aunt, and I broke down this word Neanderthal. Now, the way we do it is she has a Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, but it's a different year from mine. Therefore, there are things in mine sometimes that are not in hers, and things in hers sometimes that are not in mine. We both have a Random House College dictionary, but they're different years. So at times there are things that are in mine that are not in hers, but most of the time the things are in hers and they're not in mine. And then we both have the same 1828 dictionary, and I have a Columbia Encyclopedia where she does not. But what she has is she's a master historian, and I'm not. So What we do is we'll get on the phone, and I'm telling you, the way we break all this stuff down is by breaking down words. And then when we figure out what's going on, it's like, whoa, wow. So we broke down the word Neanderthal. Now we know that NE means no, and ander means male or man. Now, in her dictionary, which mine had nothing on it, her THAL was also TAL, which was TALIS or TALLIS. It meant like this. So Neanderthal broke down to no man like this or no male like this. Now, in 1856, now Neanderthal, so you know, Neanderthal or Neander, Germany, is, which means small valley. It's in West Germany, east of Dusseldorf. And in 1856, they found the first skeletal remains of Neanderthal man.